Yo, what up, everybody? This is New Jump City Podcast, where we recap and review Japanese sequential art. It's your boy Josh, also known as. Okay.
I know my
Did
boy
you want me
to jump in on there?
I forgot that I had to give the moniker.
Yes.
But it's all right.
Come on. You could do this. This is why we watch film.
Okay. And with me is my co-host, the unbiased king, Christian Espo.
Sorry, I played it a little early, but it's me, Christian Espo, unbiased king.
Yeah. So, all right. And also we have our producer, Big News Brian.
なんというビッグニュース
What's up, nerds?
Yeah.
Same crew, a little bit of a different vibe. I'm hosting tonight. Our usual host, Chris, is a little under the weather, so I'm going to be taking up majority of the vocational work. So I hope you guys enjoy that. So just a few plugs before we begin. You can find me, Josh, at on Instagram at @JDCole_37, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, as @NewJumpCityJosh. I'm private on both, so follow me, and I'm gonna accept that. Christian, where can they find you?
Oh, yeah. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. That's it for me. I'm on both of those things as that. I'm on TikTok too.
Cool,
I don't know, man.
Cool. Chris be on TikTok.
I'd be on TikTok. I look at cat
We getting
videos.
there with something. We trying to get there with New Jump City too, but in time. Anyways,
We do have a TikTok there.
Brian, we do. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Brian, where can they find you?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, which is never, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
You don't stream anymore?
Oh yeah.
I just rarely stream.
No. I thought you were retired.
No.
Yeah, it's very rare footage when you catch Brian, so you should always go and try to see if he's streaming, because when you do, you could screenshot it and probably sell it for.
Yeah,
No.
like that could be your
Pretty
really
penny.
high selling NFT.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, you can find our podcast on all major streaming platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, etc. Look up New Jump City Podcast. You could also find us on YouTube under the same name, New Jump City Podcast. Give us a follow, leave a comment. We always read them. We aren't putting out the video format like we have, but we will in time. But we do post the audio clips.
I put audio versions of the pod still on YouTube. I'm behind. I'm getting on it. I have some free time coming, so I'll be working on getting the rest of the backlogged episodes onto YouTube. But they will be audio only still, because extenuating circumstances.
Right. So if you want to hit us up, you can email us at newjump. The email is newjumpcitypodcast@gmail.com.
It's New Jump City Pod at Gmail.
newjumpcitypod@gmail. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
You can hit us up with an email there, or you can leave a response under any of our videos, and we'll respond to you. And if you guys have any questions, we usually address them in our pre-show pod. So anything you want to know, or any hot or cold takes you want to drop, let us know. Yeah, I'll judge, but Chris is unbiased.
I am indeed unbiased.
That is true.
So you have a safe space with him. Me and Brian.
I will protect you.
So I guess enough. Huh?
I will
We're
protect you.
incredibly unbiased. I mean, incredibly biased.
I'm very biased and a known hater, although I'm trying to be better.
Yeah, he has a wanted poster.
It is what it is. That's what you're dealing with, guys. All right, so enough with the plugs. Let's get straight into our weekly lineup.
Yeah, look at this guy, fucking natural. This guy.
Oh yeah, Zoro. One Piece, chapter 1112. Hard aspects. Pause.
Is that
we
serious?
have a cover.
Damn, I didn't know Oda said pause like that.
He wanted us to know that he
Oda
meant
didn't
pause.
say that. That's my own.
I would have loved it if he put in really tiny letters next to the title pause.
Or no Diddy.
No, did he? Yeah.
That'd be pretty sick.
No, dude.
So we got a cover story. And if you ask Chris if there's 5 things in life he likes more than One Piece cover story lore, he couldn't give you 5 things. And that's
true.
very fair.
It is true. I do.
Very fair.
I do love One Piece cover stories.
And we all do. But Chris loves them in a special way.
I do.
But so this is continuing the Ogre Child Yamamoto's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage. And this is part 3. You can have that parting gift, Yamamoto, as long as you do something for me. And you have Yamamoto hanging with Kinemon?
Yep, Kinemon.
Yeah?
Yep.
And
He got it.
she got a paper from him. It has Japanese words on it. It's probably super duper important. It's probably a really important Japanese thing. Guys, any context?
Well, he seems to be sending a message to someone, so he's asking Yamato to go drop something off for him, maybe.
Oh, that he can have a parting. I see. That's the mess. That's okay.
I don't know what the parting
Please
gift
accept-
is.
please
Maybe
accept
the letter
that,
is
but-
the parting gift, but I don't know what that would be.
This will find. I think that's the task. I think she's delivering a message to someone. I think he was on point, Chris. So last week, it wasn't last week, it was more like last month. Damn,
3 weeks ago.
That was a long time ago. 3 weeks ago. I guess I should have read the chapter. I'm gonna go off the top of the head. 5 Elders was on the island, wilding the fuck out in a full-on Zoan forms, Zoan demon. You can't hurt me forms. And
This is part of the war on the
as I
boss.
said. Yeah. Like
I'm going to be communicating exclusively
Luffy was getting
through
it
drops
popping
for a while.
Yeah. The island, what's it called? Vegapunk Island?
Egghead.
Egghead is essentially Riverside houses right now.
Riverside houses.
For those that don't, yeah,
This
that's
is
a
part of the
really,
war on
really
the rocks.
bad area. That's where a lot of these drill rappers, a few of them is from. So anyway, yeah, they was all on the island wrecking havoc. Luffy was fighting them. The Giants pulled up to help save Luffy and help bring him and the rest of his crew back to their shifts so they can leave safely. Meanwhile, Vegapunk is still loading. There's still a message being loaded up from Vegapunk, giving out secrets about the world government or something. We don't know. It's a big deal, and the world government wants to stop it, and they're currently looking for a way to intercept that message. So yeah, I guess I caught y'all up, and we are gonna begin with this week. We have one of the Marine, communicators or something, talking about how all the pacifistas are neutralized. We could pull up to the island now. Just make sure the Straw Hats, and especially that 12-year-old girl Bonnie, don't let her leave alive. Yeah, real nice Marines. Real justice there. And the funny thing is, you got one of the 5 elders. Chris knows his name.
Nusjuro.
Arguably one of the coolest designs. He's like the centaur.
Yeah, like a horse.
He's like saying only 12 years old, right? He's saying only 12 years old. And you gave this mere girl enough power to level an entire country? What a foolish rebellion to stage against us, Vegapunk. I thought he was gonna feel bad, like, damn, it sucks that we gotta do it to this.
No, they don't care.
Girl, but
They had no
No,
pity.
he's just.
they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. Give a
Honestly,
fuck,
I
bro.
He's
think
just
they
mad
like
that
it.
she can fight back. That's
Yeah.
what they're mad about.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's
Shice
like
runs through their veins,
you
bro.
gave this 12-year-old girl a means to defend herself from us.
What the fuck, Vegapunk?
How fucking dare you? How dare you blockade our oppression?
Yeah.
So the Giants are happy as can be. They're like, oh yeah, let's get back to the ship. There's some wild shit going on. All right. There's no problems. Island's on fire. We see Frankie about to fight with our favorite Marine character of this arc so
Nine
far.
chins.
Yeah, Mr. Nine Chins.
Nine Chin Red.
Wait.
With the
We can actually count every
swaggiest
chin he
pinstripe
has.
suit.
We can count every chin he has now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He has 8
8
chins?
for sure.
Octo Chins.
8 chins. You were mad close. Octo chin. And he's loading up his robot arm to fight against Frankie's robot arm. And come on, I know. Frankie punched him right in his fucking face and broke all 8 of his necks
And his arm.
and that's his whack ass steam robot arm. So that's the last we'll see of him. It was cool. It was cool for a second. So they're making it back to the giant ships. Bonnie violates one of the Marines, turns him into a child, and kicks him in his face.
So that's 2 vice admirals down now.
Yeah.
Easy mode too.
Yeah, pretty
Um
fucking easy there.
So we cut to the labo phase area, and one of the Stellas that betrayed the rest of them, Sloth, and one of the other elders that Chris knows their name.
Oh, damn, I actually don't remember all their names.
Just call him Birdman.
He's actually the coolest one. Birdman?
Isn't he
Dude,
Venus?
yeah,
No,
so-
he's not Venus. He's Mars. No, that's not Mars.
No,
He-
Mars is the pig. I
Yeah.
remember that. I know that much. No, Mercury is the pig.
He's definitely the most gangster looking
Venus
one, in
is
my
the
opinion.
earthworm, I think.
No, Venus is Nosjuro.
Wait, is he?
Yeah, because his middle name is V. Because he's Venus Juro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe our producer could go Google it to know for sure.
Yeah.
Man,
as I
I didn't want to look
continue.
up Birdman.
I know
Yeah.
the worm is Jupiter.
I'll call him Birdman for now.
I know the worm
Right.
is Jupiter because he's been having a rough go, and I remember people who have rough goes.
Okay, I'm looking him up.
I'm gonna say this guy's probably Neptune.
He's Mars.
Damn it! Fuck!
Mars.
Earthworm is
Mars
Jupiter.
and the sloth.
I knew Earth.
Mars and the sloth Stella are at the labo phase, and they find the room where it was recorded at. And he's like, this is clearly the same room. And Sloth is trying to tell him, like, oh, like, they probably just recorded the message here. I don't think he blasts that shit. No fucking way. She's a whole beam. And she's like, yo, like, don't go fucking crazy. Like, he probably wasn't even in here. He's like, listen, there's no time left. I'm going to start blasting every fucking thing. Tell me where the shit is at. He's like, come on, use your fucking brain. Aren't you connected to the rest of them? You're really dumb. Really dumb. You sure you're one of the studies? So she uses her brain and she's like, oh, okay, I see where it's at. And he's like, tell me how to get in. So, all right.
He's just thirsty. He's so thirsty.
He flies
about it.
away. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I don't think any of the Straw Hats right now could currently stop this one. That's just my take. Yeah, I can feel how I want to feel about that.
It's a hot take.
That's what
I
I'm.
think Sanji is the only one who can stop this guy. I'm gonna be honest.
None of them.
Because
Did you see
Sanji's
that
the only one who
beam?
can fight in the air like that.
Brian, did you see the beam?
That's
Yeah,
true.
but Sanji's the only aerial fighter in the crew.
He's
So
gonna get
if there's
blasted
anybody who
out the
can fight
fucking
him, it's him.
sky,
What?
bro. He's gonna get blasted out the sky.
No, Sanji can't. Sanji is pretty good in the air.
Better than a bird, bro. Than
Almost
Birdman?
as good, I'd say.
Almost as good as a
No,
bird.
It's not enough.
Yeah, he has airwalk. He could just like jump around and shit.
He's gonna end his dreams. He'll never see the all blue if he has to face off against Mars 1-on-1.
You're fucking trolling, man.
Well,
Sanji is
1v1,
It's
actually
not
hey, look,
true. I'm just a big fan.
I would say it would. I don't think any of the Straw Hats could really fight any of these guys 1v1, except for maybe Zoro.
Luffy can take on like 3 of them.
Well,
Not the
Luffy,
bird.
I don't count Luffy because he's on a whole different level. But comparative to the rest of the crew,
Zoro is gonna shit on Venus, and Sanji is gonna shit on Mars.
I usually save this for the end of the recap, but my panel of the week goes to page 8 at the bottom when he says, "Tell me how to get in." Yeah, look at that fucking face, and you tell me that's not that's not someone that can be defeated right now.
Yeah.
Sanji was gonna Goomba stop
He's-
that fuckface.
All right, I've heard enough. Anyway,
That's enough.
continuing on with the chapter, we get back to Dusty and Pinocchio, also known as the giraffe guy, also known as
Kaku.
No. Oh, it's that simple. All right. So, Stussy is like, damn, we got lucky. He's like, yo, like, what the fuck was that? He's like, she's like, obviously one of the 5 elders. Like, damn, you're stupid. So, he's like, damn, so all the Straw Hats abandoned you. Like, how you feel about that? Isn't that ironic? She's like, nah, staying behind was my idea, and I got something to do.
Yeah.
And we cut to the rest of the Straw Hats. And they're like, wait, we're leaving Stussy behind? And they're like, yeah, she has to flip the switch and make sure we can get the fuck out of here. Somebody had to stay behind. We might as well leave the clone. Yeah. Nah, but real talk, they said the only way to lower the Frontier Dome is at the command room, and she herself volunteered to do it. Just, she's real. She's a real nigga. 10 out of 10. So yeah, the one of the other Stellas, the little robot guy, was like, make sure your escape is a success, and she's sacrificing herself. And the ship is basically fixed and prepped and ready to shoot a coup de burst so they could launch themselves into the sea. See, the robot don't know that Vegapunk robot. He's like, oh, y'all gonna end up falling like down to the ground, and it's like, nah, we're gonna blast off.
No, he knows. The coup de burst only brings them like 100 meters. They still have to get through the shield.
Oh, so that's not far enough.
Yeah, it's not gonna fly. They still have to get through the shield is the problem.
I see. So I guess that's what Edison is trying to do when he jumps off the platform and damages himself to, I guess, create a hole in the shield. He only took 78% damage out of 100, so I guess he's okay. Yeah. Anyway, what's way more interesting is that there's this large suction coming from the island. Like everything is being inhaled, and we see one of the other 5 elders, Worm Sand, absorbing everyone like Kirby, and even the giants can't fight through it. They're like trying to walk, and they're walking in place, and then Luffy decides to kick a whole building off and launch it into the worm's mouth.
Yeah,
very nice. Very, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah. That effort was too much, I guess, for Luffy, so it ended up draining him. He turned into an old raisin again until the Giants give him some nasty ass emergency rations, some fermented shark. Ew.
Gross.
So that energizes Luffy. He's like, man, where they at? So he sees the board in the background and runs up in, I guess, like in just normal 3rd gear form, goes for a red rock and hits the boar right dead on his head. And it does, I'm not going to say it does damage to him, but it definitely halts the boar. It's not like it did nothing, but it like really hurt Luffy. Like his gear 3 aren't fully armament, punch, I guess took the worst of that hit and got set on fire. These motherfuckers is crazy. So and the boar is still fine, so they got to deal with him. And then back to the Straw Hats, we see the Spider Claws starting to walk up where they're at, and so we know what time it is. The other elders pulling up, and they got Usopp, Nami, and Chopper there. Man, that'd be crazy if they end up fighting him. Oh no, but that's not it. Right after one of the giants get their legs chopped off, you see Neptune, Jupiter. I forget his name, man. Already, the Centaur pulls up too. To fight against Frankie, Jewelry Bonnie, and Brooke. Whoa! And all while all of this is starting to set up, the previous OP can't be stopped elder seems to have located the transponder snail that's relaying the important message. Lub, lub,
Glub,
and
glub.
that's it for One Piece this week. Very epic. Okay, so Brian, we're gonna start with you. What were your thoughts?
All right. So when I was reading the chapter originally, I was like, "Fuck it, hey!" All hell has legitimately broke loose in this fucking chapter. Um, Nusjuro is probably the hardest motherfucker on the on the Gorosei, because goddamn that last panel with him just being there as like a fucking shadow with a bloodstained sword. That's such a fire ass panel. Um, and it makes me wonder who is gonna pull up to save these guys. And I hope it's Zoro and Jinbei that show up here. It'll probably be Sanji, because there's a lot of women here that can be hurt. So Sanji's not going to be able to ignore that.
LOL.
I think I just wonder if what's his name? Mars? Mars is the bird motherfucker?
Yeah, Mars is the bird.
There's no way that
Yes, sir.
there's no way that Vegapunk doesn't have like a safety defense mechanism inside of the Punk records. So I feel like he's gonna be surprised to see that there's something else up there, because there's no way he just has like a random like snail phone up there just chilling unguarded for this big fucking government ruse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did hide it, but I know what you mean.
Kinda. But I mean, I feel like Punk Records should have like a better defense mechanism. But kind of working backwards here. So it's basically Dory, Broggy, and Luffy versus um three of the other elders.
Yeah, Workery, Jupiter. I don't know who's left down there actually.
The fucking spider motherfucker.
No, Spider Motherfucker's going up to Usopp.
Oh, he is?
You don't see that panel before Nostromo's?
Oh, I thought that was Nostros.
No, that's Saturn.
Oh shit. Wait, why is he going up there?
To fuck shit up.
My bad.
Generally.
My bad. Also, it's nice to see that Luffy pulled out Red Rock. It's been a while since he's used that move. Like how long? Like since the first punch he threw on Kaido, was that the last time he used Red Rock?
Yeah, that was the first time.
Oh my god, do you think it has something to do with the red line and the people that lived on it?
No. Luffy wouldn't know. Luffy
Are
doesn't
there
know
people
anything.
like that?
Luffy
Are
doesn't
there
know
fans
anything.
like that?
Probably, yeah. But no, it's more of a tribute to Ace, if anything.
Yeah, it is an ace move. For some reason, Luffy just knows a bunch of mythical creatures as well, because Red Rock is like what, like a Hindu mythological beast or something.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Lit.
Hold on, I could look into it, but I think that's what it is.
Well, the burden of proof is on you, Brian.
Rock bird mythology. It's a Persian or Arabic bird.
Nice.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. It was close to being RGC, but you know, somebody else had to pull up also after a week break to just steal the show. So those are my thoughts on One Piece. Really interested to see what the fuck the Straw Hats are going to do in this scenario. But yeah, pass on the thoughts to Chris. Chris, what did you think?
All right, I'm trying to get through this without coughing. But there's a lot of really cool moments in this. I really enjoyed this chapter. It wasn't enough to make it my RGC either yet. I feel like it's as many cool moments as there were. This is still just kind of like stacking up to the climax here. I do love everything I've seen. I do think one of the funny things, Frankie is so cool. Frankie is low
With
key
a K or
cool.
Frankie's
Kewl. I'm giving him that honor. He's so cool. Frankie is low key one of the strongest people on that fucking boat. He fucking he no diffs a vice admiral. He like kind of sort of mid diffs Toby Ropo. His hardest fight was against one of Doflamingo's like henchmen, but only because they agreed not to dodge each other's attacks.
Yeah, I forgot about that. They were so hard boiled.
Yeah,
yes.
I reading back on One Piece as I've been doing for the last like couple months, I really am just like Frankie doesn't take any L's ever. He doesn't even get close almost. The only one is like Kuma, and everybody took an L there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Didn't he lose to Luffy?
Yeah, everyone.
No,
it counts.
They never finished the fight. Really, they got interrupted by the Galila shipwrights.
Well, we all know Frankie probably would have won that anyway. So
Frankie does not dodge attacks. Really, he either tanks them or blocks them.
That's true. So when he's gonna punch a motherfucker, he's gonna follow through every single time.
I'm just listing off some feats because I always feel like Frankie is just a sleeper, very powerful person on this crew. And it's always so cool to see him show out. He just like knocked out a vice admiral in one punch, and I know the vice admirals in general have been very impressive, but
that's still a feat.
It is a feat. You're not supposed to be able.
That would have been a whole arc.
Yeah, in pre-time skip, this guy would have been a problem.
Yeah.
He would have been the boss of an entire island.
For real.
Or like the second and third in command.
Yeah, I mean, like these are the
he
ones.
He's a god amongst
this
men.
This was a Zoro or a Sanji fight, bro. In the pre-time skip.
Yeah, so just wanted to give Frankie his flowers there wherever I can. Because we don't see him show out a lot, but when he does, it's always super cool. One other thing I wanted to mention, I don't know what Edison did here. We don't know yet. We don't know if he's opening a hole or whatever yet. The funny thing is, now that we know that it's Saturn going up there and Zoro's up there, so Zoro's more gonna probably face off against Saturn before he even goes up against Nostro.
Saturn is
the Spider-Man.
Ah, right.
And he's pulling up to the Fabrio, to the Labo phase.
And I think the only person on the Straw Hat crew who can get to Punk Records is Sanji.
No, he can't. He's on the floor. He's where Frankie and Bonnie is and Nostro is.
Didn't Sanji go somewhere else?
Nope. Sanji is on his way. He's like right behind Frankie and them.
Ah. So who's gonna stop him?
Zoro was fighting Lucci on the Labo phase.
Ooh. Yo! I guess I'll wait until I have my thoughts. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
The red rock not really affecting Workery is pretty cool. Like it stopped him because he got bonked on the head, but I think he tanked it pretty good. I'm pretty excited to see what Workery can do.
Yeah, that's the most offensive thing they've done the whole time, aside from just getting hit and not being hurt.
One thing I'm also curious to see is like their man beast forms, because Nostro is the only one in a man beast form right now. Like he hasn't taken full.
It's still a thing, right?
Yeah, where Chopper is
hybrid
constantly in
forms.
his man beast form, but yeah, Nozdoro is the only one in his man beast form. So I'm excited to see how the others look in that form. We've seen Saturns, honestly, but Workery and Jupiter and all them, I think they'd have pretty sick designs. My last thought, I guess, is I have like a little out there theory. If you guys want to travel with me here, regarding Mars. Okay, so I think this transponder snail is either a decoy or Shaka's gonna pull up last minute and stop Mars.
You say Shaka?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Shaka maybe survived his headshot because he's a robot and he works different. And
Honestly, I feel like he did die too soon.
yeah, so I'm gonna say that maybe he pulls up last minute, does something cool to at least buy time enough for the transponder snail to get its message out. That's my guess.
I believe it.
That's my guess.
Anything to get Shaka back, honestly. He had such a cool design. He died too soon.
Yeah, Mr. Daft Punked, man. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Josh, what did you think?
Joshua Cole.
Josh, are you here?
Joshua Cole. Changing Mr. Gangsta
Damn.
Time Code.
I am here.
Oh God.
There he is.
I am here. I also left a message in the chat. Thanks, guys. That I had to go use the restroom.
Sorry, I
I'm
didn't see
back.
it.
Oh, I didn't
Sorry.
see that.
I didn't see it. My
Yeah,
the
guys.
computer
I
screen
didn't
was.
see it either.
This computer
yeah,
screen was-
guys. Yeah.
Please, Josh, I'm a sick man.
All right. So these are all right. So my turn for thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to number one. Okay. I have a new favorite panel.
Oh,
Page 16, bottom left.
the Spider-Man coming up.
What is? Oh yeah.
Bottom left, right?
What is Usopp? Stop. What is that? What is that? Something's coming. What does Chopper say?
A crab.
Huh? A crab.
Oh shit.
Nope.
A charizard.
It's funny because he's wrong.
He
doesn't know what it is.
In the fucking universe mistaked it for a crab. Bro.
Well, here's the thing. Chopper is constantly being mistaken for a raccoon. So he's not the best person to be like using as like an example for
Get over it,
correct-
guys.
This is Cope.
He's not a cat.
It's true though.
Cope.
Like I guess
That
that's
is
the
just a
joke
cope
is that
by people with
he's
agendas.
Just
Stop forcing me to summon
Mauled.
drops against myself, Josh.
Are you two malding right now?
no, I'm not molding you fucking
What's
redditor.
Malding? Sorry, I'm gonna be coughing every time I laugh because I'm dying here. But what's
Right,
Malding?
what is
Chris, you-
malding?
You never heard the term molding?
No.
It's when you're so mad that you're balding.
I'm not
Really?
Yeah, that's what molding is.
I'm not malding, Josh.
as you see what's happening. You're not losing hair from your head. The hair that's supposed to grow on your head starts growing on your neck.
Oh yeah,
So you start developing a neck beard and losing hair on the top of your head.
that's nuts.
That's the full process. Yeah, and then you become a neck beard.
That's not how it works. And it's not
Oh.
true. I'm not malding. I can't be malding if I'm correct.
Listen, all I'm saying is Chopper is not the best guy to take credit to have an argument for when it comes to identifying animals or identifying.
And all I'ma say to rebut that is that Usopp has a jacket on that says SSG. That stands for So Stupid Guys, meaning you two. Believe me,
Damn,
that is
I
actually
didn't-
not a crab.
Wow,
That's crazy. I didn't think.
Yeah.
I didn't think Usopp had
Yeah.
it in him.
I
damn.
pay attention to the little details.
You're telling me
Yeah.
Vegapunk is condescending to the whole world because his merch says "so stupid, guys"?
Are you sure it's not
it was
Super Saiyan?
no, it was an Easter egg from Oda.
Mm.
Are you sure not Super
Yeah.
Saiyan Goku?
Damn.
Yeah,
It might
yeah, I
be.
gotcha.
It
I
might be
gotcha.
Super Saiyan Goku. Actually, it
You
might
thought you
just
had
be
all the
that.
answers.
I think it's a 50-50 between those two. I don't think it could be anything else. Well, anyway, back to the rest of my thoughts. I mean, you guys covered a lot, but I'm gonna say this. Um, Oda is killing it with the elders, like in all facets, like design, their presence, impact on the story. Like they are desperate right now, and they're not flailing. They're like really like trying hard to stop the Straw Hats' efforts and stop the message. Like they have goals here. They have multiple goals. They're not just here like, oh man, we must hurry. Like they know they need to stop that message. That's probably the highest priority. And but they're also expending a lot of energy towards taking out Luffy and Bonnie. Bonnie mostly for spite, because she doesn't, she knows some things, but not enough for just her alone to really be that much of an issue for the entire world at large, for the government. They just out of spite want to kill her because of what was done to them, how they was betrayed.
Well, it's also because
You know what I mean?
Bonnie is in control above them, is in full control of every pacifista they have. And these are weapons they've wanted to design to be
That's a
pretty
good
much
point.
immortal. So as long as she's alive,
think that-
she controls them.
That's a great point that I overlooked, and I probably overlooked because I had an agenda
I'm sure
to prove that going at the Bonnie was purely out of pride and malice.
I'm sure a lot of
But
it.
I
I'll
guess
say
there
this.
is some strategic.
I'll say this, it's 70% probably because it's out of pride. And 30% of she has this control over these weapons. I'm not going to
To live
deny
with that.
I'm not going to deny that the elders are also not petty assholes.
Yeah. Man, this chapter was so fucking close to the RGC.
Very
So
close.
close.
Very close.
I have to mention that. It's so worth mentioning that how close it fucking was. But yeah. Is there anything else to say? Not much, man. I don't really have much more to add. Great points, guys. Awesome chapter this week. Are we ready to move on to the next?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go, guys.
That one didn't play. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, I didn't hear the drop. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good, man.
Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 257, Inhuman Makyo Shinjuku Showdown, part 29. This was also on break last week. But the last thing I remember is it was there was a couple sorcerers that were just introduced from way back from the chapter 0 movie and arc. Miguel and another person.
LaRue.
And listen, thank you. They read the chapter, it was fucking lit, but basically one thing led to another, and Yuji Itadori was able to land a Black Flash on Sukuna through the efforts of the other sorcerers, so they it wasn't in vain. And it also apparently awakened Yuji's potential. So, we cut to this week's chapter, and I guess we have a bit of a flashback of Sukuna speaking to
Uraume.
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 Yeah, there you go. So Uraume says, "Who exactly is Yuji?" Sukuna says it's Kenjaku's child. I don't know which body it's from. And Uraume says, "Well, I once sensed the same thing in him as in you." Though his face made me laugh. LOL. Your residuals in that vessel aren't enough to explain it. He's too powerful for an empty shell. Then Sukuna responds, "Well, Jaku wouldn't have a child for no reason. Perhaps his mate was my other half reincarnated and thus possessed the same soul. Your other half, replies Urume. To where Sukuna says, I was almost born as twins. Maybe my mother was starving. Rather than starve myself, I ate my other half. Then that soul wandered and mated with Kenjaku. Gross! The cursed objects that are Sukuna's fingers were sealed in Yuji Itadori, even though he was born as a player in the culling game. I suppose that was necessary to strengthen the vessel. Urume responds, oh, is that so? With the lingering thought that Yuji Itadori has the potential to equal Sukuna, perhaps, we cut back to the present. You see Yuji's getting ready to strike a fighting pose in a very serious manner, waiting to respond and counter. They get it popping. They start punching each other, kicking, and it's probably saying mean remarks to each other as well. And Yuji lands a Black Flash number 2. And he lands a Black Flash number 3. And all right, he doesn't land another Black Flash right after that. But yeah, back to back Black Flashes. One was a punch and the other was a shoulder bash. Pretty lit. So it sends they both head off the balcony or whatever. They get sent flying from the attacks. And we see Yuji touch the column and we see scissors pop up. Like almost like someone drew it on the column.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's doing that, Sukuna says, I knew it. He can use it. And something we here at New Jump City Podcast have been contemplating and definitely predicted being the case. We find out that Yuji has 2 curse techniques. Integration of the death painting wombs 4 through 9, engraved blood manipulation on him. That's what allowed him to use that blood laser shit with his hands before. Probably what helped him with his curse healing as well, a reverse curse technique, because I think he was able to heal through the blood, but that's just my own speculation. Anyway, right, and the awakened state gained from Black Flash has drawn out Malevolent Shrine, which was engraved on him as Ryomen, Sukuna's fully fleshed curse. So as you can, as was stated, you see the columns get sliced where the scissor marks were, and he tosses that piece of the column at Sukuna. To which then, I'm not sure whether Yuji or Sukuna dices up this column. Probably Sukuna.
Yeah, it was Sukuna.
But
Yeah, it was Sukuna.
yeah, in response, but it was pretty crazy. Yuji closes the distance, grabs Sukuna's foot, and while Sukuna lands some slashes on Yuji, he breaks his foot and hits him with another Black Flash straight to his
Josh,
torso.
I don't know if you noticed. He
Fourth
uses the
time.
technique on his leg. When he
Oh
grabs-
shit, he
He used
did.
Black Flash on his leg.
No, he
No,
uses
he
the
used the-
Malevolent Shrine.
Oh,
Yeah,
he used.
It's really small, so you can't tell.
Oh, I did not notice that. He slashed his own leg off to break free of him.
No, Yuji does it. He has the scissors on it. That's Yuji's cutting technique.
Oh yeah, I see it. Wow.
Yeah,
I
I didn't even notice that. That's crazy. That is a good eye, Chris.
Wow.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, good eye. Yeah, I did not notice that at all.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, that was good.
Thanks.
But it looks like it didn't even cut clean through because he still has his leg. It's just bleeding.
Yeah, I think Sukuna
Well-
reacted in time. Like,
Yeah,
cut
so
him off the leg.
he couldn't make as deep of a cut. Okay, makes sense. Probably why he wasn't able to make as deep of a cut on Yuji's face. Because he did it so fast and haphazardly. Nonetheless, Yuji counters with another Black Flash. Is that 5? Since the first one from the other
Yeah,
chapter?
it'd be
I think
4.
that's 5 so
4.
far.
Wait, right?
4 for this chapter,
Yeah,
but
4 for
5
the-
total.
No, 1 in the last chapter. There's 2 here. That makes it 3, and this will be 4th.
That's 4. Okay, sorry. So he's up to 4 black flashes. We get some dialogue saying the same curse technique may manifest somewhat differently depending on the era and sorcerer, but this is subnormal. He just awakened and his output is low. The real problem is his punching accuracy. Because he has been landing black flashes to his torso non-fucking stop.
Yeah,
so we get another
real quick, every time Yuji hits him, he loses more control over Megumi's body too. So
yeah, keep that in mind.
yeah, that's why he's saying, yeah, these punches are a big fucking problem right now.
Right, best believe Sukuna there are consequences to these hits. Even though he seems like a fucking punching bag right now, the way he's dealing with punishment. Anyway, like I mentioned, we cut back to the past again with Gojo and a few other people whose names I for sure forgot.
Ino, Ichichi, and Shoko.
Yes, and this was in the planning phase, right? Before they fought Sukuna. So Ino asks Ino goes over to Gojo to ask him if he can use Nanami's cursed tool. And he said, I know you guys were friends and I knew him way longer than I did, so out of respect, I want to ask. And they're like, yeah, nigga, go ahead. You out of everyone else probably should have it anyway, because, he really trusted you. And Gojo said he was serious about that. Like, I'm serious, yo. And Nanami trusts you the most. So, high level of respect for Ino. And we see him loading up his 4th beast
that we've never seen
before.
Yeah,
never before seen. Is special summon number 4, Ryu. Which she summons a long Japanese dragon to charge at Sukuna. And it hit him. It moved him somewhere. It did things to him.
It did in fact interact with him.
Yeah, it did. And then Sukuna cuts it up into sushi. He creates sushi out of this dragon in moments. And in the midst of that, Ino tries to pull up with a underhanded cut, pretty lit, like an uppercut slash. And Sukuna deflected it with his foot. He caught it and he was like, damn it. And I said damn it too. Like, come on. But it was enough of a distraction for Yuji to pull up and hit Sukuna with another black flash, which he was able to kind of guard, but it's still, doing spiritual damage to him.
This is like the 5th black flash in a row, right?
Yeah, this is number 5. He
says,
he keeps striking with black flash. Does he think he can equal me? And then we have Ino out on the floor bleeding out, and he's like, ugh, I ran out of Kirin too. I guess that's the demons he can't use anymore. He's like, sorry, Nanami. I totally failed. Yeah, you fucking did, bro. Sukuna starts chopping up the ground to send shockwaves up to Itadori because he's on the hunt. He's after him. And then Sukuna goes in for a punch that was like cloaked with his slash, and that even that wasn't enough to take Yuji down. He counters and hits him off of him, and then Yuji, Sukuna sends more slashes to him, and Yuji, it just doesn't matter. Yuji just running straight through him and hits him with another fucking black flash against the wall. And then Sukuna grabs onto his face, slashes half his face off. He hits him again with another black flash and sends that nigga fall. Says that, he didn't launch him. He hit that. He did
knock him back.
Says, damn you, boy!
Yo, stop spamming!
He screams. He says, damn you! Yeah, he is spamming black flash. Like that shit is cheesy. And then as he's like screaming in anger and in acknowledgement, he sees in a split second. Nanami's cursed tool goes right by his head and kind of like chops his neck a little bit. I don't think it does any significant damage, but it stuns Sukuna for a moment while Ino says, kick his ass. Uh, Yuji lands another black flash right like right in the rib cage
Bro hit
behind
a
him,
liver shot.
and the chapter ends. Liver shot. Liver shot black flash. And how many black flashes was that? Like
This is
7?
probably like
That
the
was 8.
7th. It was the
No, it
8th.
was 8.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 8 black
8
flashes in
if you count
so
last chapter, right?
yeah, and set is no, that's counting last chapter. So it's he
Yeah.
destroyed the fucking record. He destroyed the record for consecutive black flashes. I think it's doubled at this point, right? Like Nanami was 4 or 5.
Yeah, Nanami was like 4.
So yeah, that means he broke the record. He doubled the fucking record.
The Yuji is the animal. All right, that was the end of the chapter. So, Brian, what were your thoughts?
Okay, so first, I want to acknowledge just how much of a fucking lunatic Kenjaku is. Okay? I
Bro,
saw
I
this
was gonna
post.
say the same thing.
I saw this post on Twitter, and it really put in perspective just how fucking insane what Kenjaku did was. Step 1, chill with your Heian era homie, strongest sorcerer in history. Step 2, find out he ate his brother in the womb. LMAO. Get your hands on the soul of his said brother. How? Question mark. Heian era homie dies. Help him become a cursed object. He can reincarnate later. 1,000 years later, meet the reincarnated brother of your dead homie. Take the body of his dead wife and let him hit it raw. Son is born with enhanced physical abilities. 15 years later, orchestrate events so your dead homie reincarnates into the body of your son, who is also the son of your homie's reincarnated twin brother he ate. None of this has anything to do with your actual master plan. Die before you see it pay off. What a fucking
With a smile on his
insane-
face.
Bro,
With a smile on his face.
bro. Some people say by any means necessary. Kenjaku means it. Kenjaku lives by any means necessary.
Forever, too.
That alone made this my RGC.
Yeah, this is pretty much my RGC, Josh.
Without a
Josh,
doubt.
is this yours?
Without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Yeah, it's just on top of all the fucking madness that happened this chapter, aside from Kenjaku's extreme next level fucking unholy levels of pettiness. Yuji hitting 8 black flashes in a row while literally forcing Sukuna to respect him is honestly such a fucking vindicating experience, because he's just been shit talking Yuji for so long, and now he's just so mad. He's so mad that Yuji can do everything that he can do something to him. Like he has what Sukuna has. He has Malevolent Shrine. He has Blood Curse technique. He's hit 8 black flashes on him, and he's his hardest counter in this fight too. On top of that, because every time he hits him, he loses control. So Yuji just, like, in the span of 2 chapters, became Sukuna's most formidable foe on the battlefield. And there's nothing he can really do about it right now, which is the crazy part, because Yuji's just tanking everything. So I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen like a main character, since I felt this excited for a main character fucking up a villain in a while. Like, it just feels so fucking good to see Sukuna with, like, get that shit-eating grin wiped off his fucking face by Yuji. Of all people, Yuji had to be the one to do it, because goddamn, he's literally making this motherfucker sweat. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Chris, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the Kenjaku thing is so crazy. Just it is just like so funny in retrospect, and what Brian read was just the funniest thing because it's so true. That at the end of the day, Sukuna's fighting his nephew this whole time, and like it is just funny to put into perspective that Kenjaku is his mom, and Sukuna's reincarnated twin brother who he ate in the womb is his dad. It's insane. Um,
So that means Kenjaku is also Sukuna's sister-in-law.
yes, yeah, yeah. If you want to put it that way, he is. Letting him hit it raw as part of your master evil plan is crazy. But
Absolutely insane.
dude, yeah, I do love because this is also like pretty vintage Yuji. He'll just tank so much to get just the most devastating hits on you. And I think like there's so many reactions that Sukuna has to be put into a corner over the course of this fight. A lot of them have been smiley and not really taking it seriously. But this is the first time he's like legit been annoyed and upset and angry because out of everybody, he looked down on Itadori the most. Like even though that Yuji was far from the weakest person on this battlefield, he still like didn't respect him at all. And now he's got him like nearly throwing his PlayStation controller at the wall with how much he is frustrating him. And it really is so cool to see. I really look forward to next chapter where Yuji just wakes up at the airport and the series ends. But yeah, this was an amazing, fun chapter to read. I am joking about the airport thing though, but
Hope not.
I just feel like last time we saw Sukuna on the ropes like this, the next chapter there was an airport scene, so I'm bracing myself for the impact. That you just is like, what? And Nobura's right next to him. Damn, I hit him with 8 black flashes in a row.
I tried my fucking best.
I mean, Jesus Christ, what are we gonna do here?
I love Sakuna's reaction when he gets hit by the 7th one. He's like, fuck, man, chill.
Stop!
Stop! Fucking A!
I'll fucking leave, I swear to God.
This is how it feels playing Lil Mac. Every time he lands a smash attack on you, it feels like Black Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess that's how I understand it too. I was like, oh, so that's how it feels.
Or when you like hit the tip on Marth's spear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, not spear, on his
the sword. Yeah.
Hit a crit.
Zipper? Yeah.
Yeah. But in any case, those are my thoughts. I thought this chapter was so good and so fun to read, and the Kenjaku connection we kind of figured, but it's also very funny to hear it confirmed. And just when you lay it all out, it is kind of wild how much it doesn't really have much to do with anything Kenjaku was trying to accomplish. In fact, it's actually kind of like backfiring on him because Sukuna has the ability. Sukuna is the one with the ability to activate the merger. So
yeah, and if he loses, then Megumi can just cancel it, right?
Well, he does. He hasn't activated it yet. So if he loses, then they just never activate it.
I'm really hoping we get an explanation on why Kenjaku did certain things, like this. Like, hopefully, there's a flashback. I don't care if it's a retcon, whatever. Like, just please give us something.
My guess,
other than LOL, I just wanted to do it. IDK.
My guess is that he genuinely was like, Itadori was supposed to be a real backup plan in case Sukuna didn't work out or Sukuna was like getting in his way. Is to have someone who could face off against him realistically, I guess. Besides Gojo. That's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, he put the finger by his school. That's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
I can assume that.
Yeah.
since you grew up in that neighborhood, you know. All right. So were those all your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. What did you think, Josh?
All right. So the if you go all the way back to the first page when Sukuna starts talking about like the fact that he had a twin that he ate in the womb, it brought me back to this YouTube video that you recommended me to watch. It was like the Jutsu Kaisen iceberg or something like that.
Oh wow, that was a while
And
ago. Yeah.
yeah, I remember that there was a really good theory on the origins of Sukuna and what he was based on, like what the I think as a matter of fact I think Gigi said it in an interview that he may have based it on like that specific folklore, but of like a cursed, well of like a what's it called, a conjoined twin that was born and that they like left it in the basement to like die or whatever like that. So the whole area became cursed. And that's not from Jujutsu Kaisen. That's like Japanese folklore.
Mm.
And so they talked about that in the video, and that just I don't know. It was cool. It was cool that he goes and says that, and I'm like, yeah, all right. So that was what the lore is based on, and it makes sense because, as the guy said in the video, I wish I remembered the content creator's name. It's an awesome video, guys. You should check it out. Maybe I will put it in the credits or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was cool. But man, Yuji has come a long way. It's not like we like just predicted out of nowhere that Yuji could have this curse technique. It was said from so early in the series, from Gojo, that like not maybe or if that eventually Sukuna's curse technique will imprint on Yuji.
Mm-hmm.
He said that straight up.
Yeah,
So it
he
was
did.
just all a matter of when that would pay off.
And I think if there was any training that Yuji did in the interval, like between Gojo coming back and the fight, it's awakening that part of himself. That's why his arms are the way they are. I think that's like
Yeah.
part of Sukuna's lineage, like coming out of him.
I think that's fucking awesome. Basically has two core curse techniques.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory of my own. But it's really more of a question. I wonder if because Yuji has Sukuna's curse technique, because he has Malevolent Shrine imprinted on him, does that mean he has like a built-up resistance to the slashing moves? And I mean, obviously, I guess so with Sukuna in that regard. Probably why Dismantle didn't just kill him immediately when Okotu used it. But yeah, I don't.
I think
Because
it's
I'd
definitely
like to believe
possible.
that's the case over him just having raw survivability.
Yeah, I think it's a combination where he probably has both. He's always been just like super durable, and it's a combination of he probably has like somewhat resistance to Sukuda's techniques because he's technically like part of the family. So he would probably have like some kind of resistance. But yeah, I think it's entirely possible that, because of Yuji's lineage with Sukuna, that he can resist it a little more than most folks.
I wouldn't be upset if it was just
No, neither
pure
would I.
tankiness of Yuji, if it was just inherent to him because of his biology or whatever. But I think that'd be a cool touch. Anyway, I thought Ino was clutch in general because surviving's a big deal. He's lived through all his like little assist interactions. You know what I mean? All the way up to this point where he basically bought Yuji two black flashes. Granted, one was guarded against, but it still helped ramp up Yuji's energy. And also every like we established, every hit on Sukuna, diminishes his own control and cursed energy.
Even if he blocks it too.
Yeah. Right. So Eno did a really good job. His dragon helped create a situation for Yuji to, continue to create pressure, and so did he when he threw his little sword. So I thought that was a nice little touch. That was done right. Um, I wonder how Sukuna's gonna respond to this. Maybe he'll just heal with reverse curse technique, and he'll get his malevolent shrine back. And ah, man, I don't want to think about that. This is a lit chapter. Is it off next week?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
It is not off.
TGOD.
It is not off, and neither is One Piece for that matter.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, well, those are all my thoughts pretty much. I don't know if anyone has any rebuttals,
Nope, I'm all good.
but all right, so we ready to move on?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right. Agurabachi,
All
chapter
right.
number 30.
I got this. All right. So I didn't read last week's chapter again, so I'm just gonna go off the top. Um they met up, they started their assault onto the fucking Sazanami family. And Chihiro ran into the flame bone lady and her partner, and it turns out that they are doing a temporary partnership to handle business or whatever, to like make sure that that Iten and also the main sword that they're after doesn't go into the wrong people's hands. Um and we pick up in this chapter with them kind of continuing to elaborate on their plan, and their plan is essentially Chihiro and Shiba are splitting up, and they're going to handle two different things. So Chihiro is kind of going to act a little bit as like a diversion, while Shiba kind of goes in to try to find access into the storehouse. And the chapter starts with Shiba kind of explaining that. Um Essentially, Chihiro's job here is to handle the Sazanami clan's like special forces, who are like the big bosses. So every time there's every time they're doing these auctions, there's always intruders, but none of them ever affect it because of these special forces. Um and this year, they would typically be placed closer to the auction, but this time around they're guarding the graveyard entrance to the storehouse. Um and we cut to the Sazanami special forces kind of just chilling in front of the door to make sure that people don't come in. One of them is confused. They're kind of like, "Why are we here?" Um, and they're kind of explaining,
What's the
"Yeah,
big deal?
this is another way in, and we're the only people who know that aside from Pops." So that's why they never really heavily guard it, because nobody would ever think to come down here. And they start to wonder, like, uh maybe there's a chance that Chihiro might know because they have Hakuri, but even though Hakuri probably wouldn't know, they're being playing it doubly safe, because there could be a chance that Chihiro can see through Iten inside of the storehouse, which was a very valid concern, because that's exactly what happened. Um, so they're just like, "Yep, that's why we're posted up here." Um, and it looks like Soya is a lot more mentally stable from the first time we saw him. Seems like he's a lot more intelligent than we put him up for. Just every time he sees his brother, he tends to go crazy. Um, but it seems like he's the only person in this family that cares about Hakuri. Everybody else kind of sees him as like a useless coward, a loser who probably would never even show up to this place. But um they calculated for this. So they uh, they decided to try to lure Soya away because his reputation is that he's even smarter than his father. So, and if Hakuri is his weakness, then they can lure him away from the rest of the crew. So that's exactly what they did. Hakuri kind of like very quickly kind of does like a chopper peek around the corner and then immediately runs up the stairs, and that is just enough to get Soya fucking going crazy. So he successfully separates Soya from them, which allows Shiba to kind of teleport behind them and be like, "Hey, I can't get in. How do you open it up?" I fucking love this
How do you
character.
open this?
Yeah, he's just so stupid. He's so nonchalant. And you could see in the panel that the looks like the more prominent special forces member has his um has his sorcery already activated on his eye. So I don't know what exactly he can do without the storehouse access. Like maybe he can access the storehouse just to get weapons and stuff. But I'm curious how that's going to go down. Um so Shiba's like, "Yeah, I'll take on those guys, and you Chihiro's like, "You Hakuri, lead Soya up to me. We'll meet up like about halfway and I'll take care of him for you." So that's exactly what the plan is. So Soya Hakuri runs into Chihiro, and he managed to meet up with him a lot sooner than expected. Um and we see Chihiro kind of laying the smackdown on a couple of fucking randos, and it looks like some sorcery separates them by creating these kind of giant like this giant tree-like wall, which separates Chihiro and Hakuri. So
It looks very pleasant, actually.
Mhm.
it's a
It's
little
nice.
disturbing, not gonna lie. And Hakuri is really fucking stressed out about this because this means that he's kind of on his own in this moment. He has to kind of come to terms with the fact that he has to kind of stand up for himself and try to figure out a way to support himself without like anybody else around him, and to kind of find a use for himself to help the other people who have helped him this entire time. So after a little bit of like an internal monologue and trying to sort out how he's feeling, Hakuri turns around and he fucking does a cool little like hand poses, and he's like, "I'm gonna fuck you up." Um, which if there was a person that he was gonna fight, it would probably be the person that, isn't himself when he's dealing with him. So that's good. And then we cut to 32 seconds later.
Earlier.
Um, with yeah, earlier when Hakuri and Chihiro kind of first see each other, and we're seeing it from Chihiro's perspective. We see him kind of styling on motherfuckers with the cloud gouger, and I wonder, is the other sword just a regular ass sword
Yeah, it's
that
just a
he
regular sword.
imbued with the cloud gouger? Because it looks like he's kind of transferring the energy from
Oh
that
yeah, it
half of
does
the
look like that.
sword
I think it's a
to
regular
the
sword
other
that
one.
he's channeling electricity through.
Yeah, that's man, the choreography is so fucking sick. Anyway, uh, and then some other guy shows up. He says, "So the cloud gouger isn't as powerful now that it's broken," and it looks like he's the one who created the barrier, the grass barrier between them. And we see a hand sigil which belongs to the motherfuckers who killed Chihiro's father. So this guy is part of the big bads of the series for Chihiro, and like kind of like his ultimate goal. Um, and that's where we end the chapter with this big fucking reveal. Um, Chris, what are your thoughts?
Ooh. I really like this chapter. I thought the action was super fucking sick, as
Yeah.
usual. I do like the plan a lot. Even though it didn't like go according to plan, I thought it was pretty smart. I'm excited to see what the teleporting guy can really do. I hope they actually show him fighting for real, because
He's my favorite character, man.
He's just like built up as the no big deal type of guy, the Aizawa of the series, the Kakashi, all that stuff.
Yeah, he is kind of like Kakashi.
So, he better live up to his name. It's been too long. He's been 30 chapters. We haven't seen what
He kind of fought Soya for a little bit.
Kind of, sorta.
He like
soya sauce?
Yeah, soya sauce. But yeah, I still love the drawing of the cloud gouger whenever it's used. He's so good at like manifesting lightning in a cool way. Yeah, I really like this chapter a lot. I don't really have all that many things to say about it outside of I had a great time reading it and the art is so good. Josh, what did you think?
So good. Okay. Number one, what is the significance of the tattoo on the hand of that sorcerer?
that's
My
basically-
first guess.
Oh, there's
Go ahead. If you know,
these are
then-
the people who killed his dad.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
that's what
they're
I
the sorcerer
guessed.
gang that killed his pops.
Because he has a crazy look on his face. I thought it was just maybe one of the elite forces, and he's like, "Damn, do I have to fight one of them now?" But that doesn't make sense. He's not scared of none of them. But yeah, that's crazy. A plant guy.
A plant guy?
I don't know what to think. Chihiro's gonna
Plant
lose
man?
his mind. Yeah, plant guy.
Yeah, this is the most. This is probably among one of the more personal people he's gonna fight so far. Like anybody who's wielding one of the special swords, and one of these guys are always gonna be like his priority to fuck up.
Yeah, so the other kid is on his own. Chihiro's not gonna get too damns about what's going on the other side of that grove.
The other side of that grove.
Yeah, or it's botanical wall, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. So
Preoccupied.
all right, I'm glad we established that. But man, I feel all right. I have some thoughts about what is the kid's name? We just said it.
Huakuri?
Hakuri? Is that the young sorcerer
Yeah, Hakuri.
that
Right?
was labeled useless? All right,
Yeah,
Hakuri.
that's Hakuri.
So I have some theories, right? I think this is a situation where he definitely has powers, right? Like, 'cause they said they was talking about how he has no sorcery or something like that, or no skills in sorcery. It may be no sorcery in combat, like, but perhaps he has some type of like, maybe not defensive, but some type of unorthodox ability that's not combat, viable, but will allow him to waste time and allow Chihiro to lay waste to one of his father's assassins. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. And I think maybe he has like honed it, but never thought he could do it as, like stand up to his brother or the other powerful sorcerers because of shitting on his abilities. I think that's what it's gonna be. Because otherwise, they've said he has no type of skill. So I have a very hard time believing that he's not about to get punched in his fucking face in the next chapter, and then that's gonna be the end of that. But brother, I just want to be useful. Come on, man. I don't want to see that. The art was nice. I would say much better than nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. And
Yeah.
yes, the teleport man, he better flex on somebody. If he ends up beating all three of those guys over there,
I mean, he
Then-
seems pretty confident that he can.
I think he seems confident that he can get the fuck out of there if shit gets like sticky.
Yeah.
Like, Chihiro, I'm gonna come get you later.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. You right back.
He could probably separate
Those are my
them pretty
thoughts.
well too.
Yo, so y'all think he's gonna struggle against Mr. Tree, or like he's gonna just violate him and be like, "Where's the rest of you?
I think he
Where's the
might.
rest of your gang?"
I think he might struggle.
Yeah,
with
I
it.
think this caught him super off guard, and it's gonna like throw him off his game at the very least. Because he's got some real deal trauma with these guys.
Well, what if the flame bone girl comes? That's super effective against his plants.
That would be cool if she would
Yeah, that
just
would be
show
kind
up.
of sick. Or the other guy
She's like-
puts them in a 1v1 arena.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "You look pathetic right now. Let me handle this."
Yeah, she's gonna tsundere
Yeah.
through it.
Wait a second, you're kind of cooking right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on, Brian. Hold on. Let him cook.
Yeah, well, I've been
Josh, what
reading
else is he gonna
manga
say?
for like 15 years.
You're kind of cooking for
Hold
real.
on. Josh, are you the writer of Kagurabachi?
We're
might
gonna
be
find
what
out next week.
You might be onto something here.
Those are all my thoughts. I mean, I'm very intrigued by this series. You know, the combat is so awesome, it carries, but there is enough story to keep me like very engaged on what's gonna happen next week. He got that tattoo on his fucking hand, guys. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
All right. So my thoughts.
Yeah, Brian, what'd you think?
So you guys kind of covered all the bases. So I'm just gonna say that if this series weren't competing against like Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece, for me, it would be winning RGC pretty frequently. I just feel like it has such a good vibe to it. The art and the action is just so fucking good. Like it's almost too good for like a series this early, you know? Like it feels like it has an identity from the jump. And I feel like that mangaka pretty frequently don't always have that right away, you know? Like sometimes they have to figure out their art style as they go. But this guy from the fucking jump had his shit figured out. And that's really fucking impressive for somebody this early into their career. So, I don't know. Like high hopes for this guy. This is an incredible series. And it's definitely going to hold a mantle for whoever leaves Jump first, you know? Like when it comes to the big ones that are circulating right now. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Nothing but praise for Kagurabachi.
Yeah, glad it's on the lineup. So shall we move on?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
I have a rebuttal.
Oh, what's your
What's your
rebuttal?
rebuttal?
I feel like Kagurabachi, in a positive way, has the Bleach formula. Epic, cool combat, very well drawn, and enough story. You know what I'm saying, to validate it being quality.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, I think so too. I think
Until Wonder Week shows up.
Yeah, until Wonder Week inevitably shows up.
honestly, I had never really read Bleach all the way through. Maybe after I finish reading Naruto again, I'll
You should.
read Bleach.
We all have a different perspective. Maybe it's actually based.
The most I know about Bleach is how much you guys hate on it.
Well, I tried
We have our reasons.
I read it over a while ago. I didn't finish it. I started I fell off right before the Soul Society arc started. And I really like Bleach. Early Bleach is very good. I don't know when it fell off. I don't know. I think like at a certain point it was just like kind of a repetitive thing with Bleach, where the same things kind of kept happening over and over. And it's kind of the same type
If
of
I can
villains
help you,
in every group, and
if I can help you remember, Chris. Oh, sorry.
there's always just like a massive bulky guy who's loud and obnoxious. There was always like one hot lady who did, and there was always like a group of young women who banded together and all had very different powers and fought each other a lot. They didn't like each other.
Chris is going crazy.
I mean, I don't mean. I actually didn't mean to hate on Bleach. I actually meant to say maybe you
Bleach
should.
fans are gonna riot at us for this.
Actually, you know what? My bad. I guess I just fell down the slippery slope of talking about Bleach. But I meant to be positive. I think the Soul Society arc is very good, and I think even the Espada arc is very good. I would go
Yeah.
that far.
Up to like a certain point.
Yeah, I guess like maybe I wasn't crazy about the Fullbringer arc, but maybe I need to read it over myself. Maybe I need to
Trash.
because Bleach is.
Trash.
I've only ever read Bleach once, like all the way through. So maybe if I read it fully in tandem, the complete story with no breaks, no weak breaks, whatever, it would be better. But that's
What
a tangent.
happened was the fans didn't like how Tite Kubo was empathizing with the Fullbringers who were like criminals.
Is that what it was?
And like gave them like a whole arc. They got really upset at him, and I think that discouraged Tite Kubo from writing the series. So he finished it sloppily. Does that sound? Yeah, that's the joke. That's the bit. That's similar to I was making a joke about Horikoshi, but I'm saying maybe that's what happened because they both fell off at a certain point.
I suppose so.
Fullbringer arc was not good. I can't wait for you guys to revisit that.
Yeah, I got my other project going. I'm reading Yozakura Family still, so.
Wow.
I gotta get through Yozakura Family. But anyway,
I'm Sue.
Shall we move on?
We shall.
Yes. Shall we?
Let's go. Let's move on.
Undead Unluck. Chapter number 204. Feelings indelible. Words unforgettable. Did I say that right? Indelible?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I actually don't know what that means. I probably should have looked that up. But maybe somebody else can for me. But yeah, Undead Unluck, chapter number 204. We have Chico, right? Chico, and Fang locked
Ichiko.
into a deadly Shiratori.
Ichiko.
Thank you. I can say Chico for short.
You can
Nico
say
and Chico.
I just want to let you know.
Yeah. No, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. So, yeah, Nico and Chico, and also Fang, are locked into a deadly Shiratori competition with one of the master rules known as language, who has reached her third level form, where she went from a child to an adult, which means you can now safely fantasize about her, you weirdos.
It's perfectly safe for you to be weird.
Yeah. With your 2D fantasies.
It's okay now.
Last week they summoned Fang, and he went fucking crazy. He kicked the dragon's ass, begged for more. The sun and moon in humanoid form, and also the end bosses of the said series, Undead Unluck, were summoned, and Fang roundhouse kicked both of them in the head, and that's how the last chapter ended. Nika was like, "It's working," and Chico was like, "Yeah, that's our knowledge." And Fang's martial arts prowess at work, right? And then Fang is like, "Damn, these motherfuckers is sturdy." He's impressed with that they didn't just die after getting hit with its attack. And then Luna, the moon representative, blast Fang with a Kamehameha, and Fang doesn't die, but he looks really rough. He coughs out blood and all that. So but he's excited. He's like, "Oh, that's another way to use souls, huh? Like using your soul energy to blast." So he's formulating an idea that he can do the same thing that Luna just did. Fang is a fucking lunatic, but a lunatic that's on the Union side. So we fucks with it. We bangs with you, Fang. So it's Nico and Chico's and Fang's turn to play, to line up the words. The ending letter is K or the Japanese ku. For Chinese, it would be O. I'm just taking the author's word on that, guys. By the way,
I also
that's
am
not
gonna do
factual information from me.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that too.
Yeah, I'm just on the ride. Yeah, it's just disclaimer here. All right. So yeah. So they're trying to devise a plan that can help them survive against the sun and moon spirits looking at them. And Fang is just like, bro, just give me medicine, all right? Because I'm dying right now, and I figured out a way I can attack them, right? So let me at him. But Nico's like, nah, man, like that's not enough. We gotta find a way to like attack them with our souls or whatever. Chico starts explaining how that she's experiencing death, albeit a quasi form of it. And that because of that, she's been able to understand souls better than Fang and obviously Nico, who doesn't know how to use them at all. And she claims that Luna isn't a being you can defeat by hitting them with one human soul. But she thinks it's going to take all their souls to do the trick. Fang is like, so then what the fuck are we gonna do about it? Like this guy, Nico doesn't know how to use any soul power. So he's like, you might as well just let me try to fight them because that plan is not gonna work. And Chico's like, nah, look, here's the plan. We'll get Nico to understand souls inside out and trigger unforgettable to manifest. And we'll use our lives to do it. Whoa. I'm assuming it's a power that negates being able to forget anything he has seen. Basically, it should be a perfect learning ability. So we'll make him learn it all the second he becomes unforgettable. Okay. So basically, in layman's terms, I'm going to get to the point. She's exclaiming that her and Fang dying will trigger Nico's will help his negative ability manifest, because of the despair of losing them. However, Chico is trying to, explain that Nico will be able to bring them back through the power of the game and through his understanding of souls. So she's willing to take that risk on him.
Yeah.
And then Fang is down with it. He's like, fuck it, like, whatever. Like I'll be able to climb to even greater heights by dying. So like, let's do it. He doesn't care at all. He's like, do it, Nico. Do it. Kill me. He's like, and she nigga says Heidi Eyes. That's Ichiko's nickname from Fang. She's like, what's the ending letter you need? And he's like, I'll make a technique to go with it on the spot, so I could just go attack them. So basically, Nico is like protesting. He's like, no, like we don't know if it's gonna work. We could lose you two forever, but specifically you, Chico. I don't want to lose you. He's not. He's arguing. And Ichiko manifests her form fully so it's not just her head. And gives Nico a hug, and she says, "Listen, like the proof is that it's no secret that I used to only care about science, but you're the first person who has ever won over my heart." So that basically she doesn't. That's her just trusting it, like basically saying she's gonna trust her heart and believe that the plan is gonna work. Real cheesy shonen shit, but we're all here for it. Fang loads up his Kuon Shinkonha, the eternal true soul wave, and Chico summons Apocalypse. They go to battle and get smoked by the sun and moon spirits. And Nico's like, damn, you dumbass. That's his ability starts to manifest. And Lan is so excited. She's like, oh, so at long last, we meet again. It was worth 4.6 billion year wait. And Nico is just like shuddering. He's like, it's not fair, Chico. I thought you promised you'd never utter those words. And Apocalypse is like, oh, these memories are gonna crush you. I guess the plan was that Nico holding Apocalypse after regaining his ability would fill him with all of the knowledge of the world, I guess, through like via Apocalypse, since he knows all and he's the rule creator and setter and etc. I guess that's the logic. So Nico is like, here, I thought that we wouldn't say it. I'll till everything was over. I couldn't forget even if you told me to. Those words, those memories, I've ingrained them into my soul as he manifests as unforgettable. And Lan is like, he withstood Apocalypse's information attack. She says, I'm in love with you all over again, Nico. And he says, sorry, I'm already taken by a dead bitch.
Jesus.
And I was on Dead Unlock. I was on Dead Unlock. Brian, what were your thoughts on one of your favorite series that you read week to week?
Man, when that thing happened, woo! I was like, oh wow, that did happen.
When his negator ability manifested?
Dude, I was like, he negated the fuck out of that, man.
His girlfriend sacrificed her life and risked her coming back to life on Nico.
Yeah, that's.
Do you imagine that?
Yeah, that's bad. Good.
You tell me, bro. Imagine.
Yeah, no.
How would you feel if your girlfriend sacrificed herself and
I would
said
be-
that, hey, I'm leaving it up to you to bring me back? You got this.
I'll get her back right away.
Come back here right now.
I feel you. So
immediately.
you rooting for Nico right now.
I'm rooting for somebody. There's somebody going. I don't know.
Nico.
You're not rooting
Yeah.
for Nico?
Yeah, where's Top?
Top's arc already finished.
Oh. Yeah, well, I'm rooting for Top. Yeah.
Good thoughts, Ryan.
Is
Anyway,
that good? Yeah, those are my thoughts.
those are really interesting thoughts, Brian.
Thank you.
I thought I like this chapter. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not like super crazy about this arc, mostly because of the I don't find the word game particularly engaging.
Iratori.
Yeah, Shiratori. I don't love it. I love like the stuff around it. I do like that that Fang is involved and is being his usual psycho self. He's fun. He's always fun when he shows up. I do like that little moment with Ichiko and Nico. I think this is like a better manifestation of Nico's negation, better than the last time, because last time it required Ichiko dying for good. So I'm happy that they're gonna eventually have their little happy ending, to some degree. And I'm excited to see how he finishes this, because now it's just Nico alone, and and even in his prime, he wasn't particularly a fighter. So this is really just going to be a brain on brain battle here. But
Yeah, he's gonna summon crazy things that he knows everything about.
yeah,
It sounds so vague.
I mean, it is, but I think that's what it's going to be. The only thing is, like, although I'm not like crazy about like the facilitating action of all this development, I think the development is really cool regardless, and I am enjoying Undead Unlock still. I'm just like, I think I'm a little like less stoked about this particular arc just because of the method of action in here. It just doesn't connect with me, but otherwise I love everything else around it. Josh, what did you think?
This was a pretty cool chapter. I'm so about the arc myself. It's been entertaining though. I'll say that. You know, it's definitely not like lackluster. Well, not bad. I've been, like I said, I've been enjoying it. But there are certain elements to this that I really like. I thought that Nico and Ichiko's relationship was like, not I think, but it was the Kickstarter to this loop. And it was very emotional. Because we learned about his backstory in this loop. when Fuko pulled up to Nico and wanted him to join the union. Or maybe no, I'm actually I'm bugging. We learned about his backstory and his final fight in the last loop. So, but I think the first thing that happened in this loop was them going to help out Ichiko, or that was one of the first major arcs that they spent some time on. It was very emotional for the both of them, and it was nice that she was able to survive and they was be together. It kind of set the tone for this loop, and it was very enjoyable. So I wanted to say that their dynamic in this arc is all about I guess in a way acceptance, kind of. So I'll put it like this: Nico was protesting the entire time to the plan because he's saying there is no guarantee that you guys sacrificing your lives will result in us winning, let alone me having the ability to bring you guys back. We don't even know if like, it's not even a guaranteed fact that the ability will manifest. And, Chico is a woman of science, just like Nico is, and had the same, I guess, pattern of thinking as him. And, that was why they was probably able to form a bond and like each other, even though they're different in a lot of ways. But she was a logical thinker herself and wasn't someone that would believe in things without empirical evidence. And all of that changed as she started to develop feelings for Nico, which is what she expressed to him, and what as she did as she's doing as she's even without Nico's agreeing to say so, like she's taking that leap of faith because of how she feels and what she believes in this matter. And she's hoping that it'll inspire Nico to do the same and take that leap of faith like she is. And I think that's really poetic, and I think it was expressed well, albeit in the mix of a weird Shiratori based combat arc. Land's a creepazoid. I don't know who's creepier, Land or the people that are gonna fantasize. So
Probably the people who are gonna
I think it's
fantasize.
really epic. Yeah, definitely. I don't know how I'm bugging for even wondering which one's gonna be weirder. So, yeah, I think it's completely insane that the sun and moon, that Luna and Sol were summoned. Lan had mentioned it a handful of times that they're not at their full strength, obviously, because it'd be game fucking over for the entire planet or whatever. But like, this is epic. I feel that way. I feel like this is epic. And depending on how these next couple chapters go, now that Nico has fully manifested his unforgettable, this could either make it a really tame arc where we're like, okay, it was nice for development for them, or it could be even more epic and blow our expectations out the water, like Undead Unluck does from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all my thoughts. Anybody have any rebuttals?
I've got no rebuttals on my end.
What about Andy?
Andy's on the sun.
Yeah, but like,
He's on the sun, holding back the other master rules.
But what if he made his own rules?
He can't.
He's not that strong yet.
Yeah, he's not that guy.
Okay, I'll make my own rules.
Edgelords do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't follow rules.
Whoa.
When Brian goes to the movies, he packs his own snacks.
Yeah.
True.
When Brian sees a no walk signal, he jaywalks that shit.
He jaywalks it all day.
When Brian sees Undead Unluck, a known awesome series, he says, I ain't gonna read that. I'm a delinquent.
Yeah, what a delinquent. What a ne'er-do-well.
Oh, I'm not in there. See, that's what happens when you're a Nets fan. It degenerates your brain.
That's actually true.
It
Super
rots
true.
you.
He's
from
not
your
wrong.
core.
Just you wait. When our team is good in the next like 10 years, you're gonna be eating your words.
Man, I bet I'm gonna be eating my words as soon as I see the Knicks score. They playing the 76ers right now. I bet they down.
Wait, they're playing them
and I'm
now?
gonna be mad. It's like, yeah. Don't
Yeah.
tell me to score yet, please.
Well, in that
Right,
case,
just wait.
we should close this out then.
Yes, guys. Thank you, everybody who has listened all the way up to this point. We love y'all. Y'all dope. I'm glad y'all enjoyed y'all time with us because we definitely enjoyed ourselves talking about it. You could find us on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at New Jump City Podcast.
Not just that New Jump
Correct
City.
me if I'm wrong. You can email us on newjumpcitypod@gmail.com if you want to talk to us, or you can leave a comment under any of our YouTube videos where we've been uploading audio only videos for now. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, guys.
I don't know what else to say.
You
Great
pretty much
episode.
got it.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye, guys. Sorry I've been all
Bye.
coffee. I'll be back next week on the helm. But great job, Josh. Let's give Josh a round of applause.
Round of applause.
Damn, I thought I hit
Hey, hear
the
my
right-
clap? Hey, hear my I'm clapping.
Thanks.
Oh, hold on. I think
Thanks.
I
I'm clapping. Can you hear my claps?
I'm hearing it in spirit.
Maybe my noise gate was too low.
That's for our guy, Josh. All right. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Bye.
Peace.
So long.